Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, apparently Joseph Campbell's recording chose to interrupt me, but hey, that's life. It's time for some more Dragon Age. I hope you're all ready. Sorry for the delay. We've been starting a bit late tonight.
Yeah.
And nobody says a thing.
Sorry.
I'm not sure I believe you, but okay.
Cue the players.
You know those things that take actions and interact and stuff? Yeah. So, when last we left
we
it...
all had a blonde moment.
When last we left it, there had been quite a nasty ruckus here at Turn Street, where the cultists had broken into these poor people's hovel and attempted to abduct their little girl. They have since been, well, put out of commission, and one of the cultists did have a note. Which is the same list of addresses that was on the other note. However, on the back someone has scribbled in charcoal, "Stilled tongues speak no heresy. Bring to Mother Brianna at the end of Copper Lane." Sorry, at the end of Cooper Lane. There's still a thick fog hanging over the city, but if Cooper Lane is where these cultists are operating out of, perhaps it's time to put a stop to their foul activities. What do you all say?
I want my... Glenn just called me.
Yeah, I kind of heard that coming through his microphone a bit.
Well, I thought I had it on mute, but his computer pretty much died on him, so it's
bugger.
not completely dead. He said go on without him.
Well, hopefully he'll be back in a bit, but for now, yeah, okay.
Well, apparently it's also updating, so it might be a bit.
Might be a while. Oh god, is it the new Windows 10 update?
I believe so.
He's doomed. The new Windows 10 update is shit. It does
I agree.
lots of bad things, like partitioning your most full hard drive, so that now you have a partition that's apparently full that you can't empty out because there's nothing on it, and a hard drive that's now also far too full because a lot of its empty space has been partitioned off for this useless... I won't quite call it a waste of space, but it doesn't you can't use it for anything.
G drive, I know.
Yeah.
It happened to me as well. And you can't roll back to it. You have to restart.
All
You have to rebuild your computer from scratch.
all you can do is hide that drive so that you can't see it in Windows and you won't get the notifications about it being full, but you've still essentially lost space on another hard drive.
Yeah, and I've got a Tera drive.
I had something big, now it's not as big, and it's too full when it wasn't before. So anyway,
So I didn't hear what you said, unfortunately, because I was in the middle of a call.
I said now the cultists have been defeated. One of them had a note containing the same list of addresses that you've seen before from the other cultists. However, scribbled on the back in charcoal, someone has written, "Stilled tongues speak no heresy. Bring them to Mother Brianna at the end of Cooper Lane."
Well, initially my character was not privy to this, but now that I am, I have honestly no idea what to do.
While you have no idea what to do, I would remind you that Captain Braden told you that there'd be money in it for you if you helped out dealing with these cultists, and to come to House Baranti the next morning for a reward.
Well, I guess first thing to do is to meet back up with the others and find out what they wish to do.
Regroup?
I'm going to safely presume that you've all regrouped in the fog near the front of the building, leaving the two parents and their terrified little daughter to feel rather more safe now there aren't strangers clomping around in their home with weapons and big heavy boots, shouting and beating each other up.
I've moved everybody to the front of the building.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Scott's still gone.
Apparently.
Okay, so we seem to be down now 2 players. That's unfortunate, but hopefully one or more of them can return. He did say that there was a storm or something that might be... Oh! Ah! Okay,
Well, they want the cultists brought to... The cultists want... these people brought there. We could have one of you guys dress as a cultist, and I'm the one being brought in.
They want children.
I know.
Yeah, and you think you can pass off as a child?
No, I'm just passing off.
sorry, I've just been messaged in the background. Quickly, I'm dealing with something.
Well, those cultists were all apostates.
And?
They're probably looking for other up-and-coming apostates. I don't know. It was an idea. It's
A valiant attempt at an idea, but not a very successful one. I'm very sure those...
That's why I usually leave thinking to you, sis.
Why?
I'm just the bookworm.
Well, I'm saying that if you try that, they'll probably kill you on sight.
That's what I've got you guys for. That's why we kind of... The idea was to infiltrate in. I didn't say it was a good idea. It was an idea. I mean, I'm open to other ideas. I mean, sure, if we leave it up to Wittred, yeah, he's just gonna like, oh, cultists, door. What door? Go in and bash heads, you know. It's not really my style.
Say, Livia.
Yes?
Could pose as a cultist. I'm sure they won't be too opposed to a random person dressed in cultist robes.
If they help us, they're good. If they don't help us, they're bad. Simple as that.
That's not what she was saying. She was saying you could dress as a cultist, and we could use you to infiltrate us in or something. Weren't you?
Yes,
Okay.
just leaving out the
Me?
hostage part.
This is a cultist.
Nearly done with this.
Yes, you pretend to be an apostate so we can get into the building.
Why do we have to do this in the first place?
Don't
I
be
don't know.
That's just such a silly idea. You're talking to a Navinta. A Tivinta, rather, sorry. Yeah.
To Vinter?
I don't do such things. Yeah, it's an arrogant, sort of like high-class person. We don't do such things like that. That's what other people do.
What in Maker's name is a Vint doing here? How did I not know this?
I'm whispering to Navinta.
That explains why she's kind of stuck up.
Yeah. I've always been stuck up and saying it's always been like that.
Alright, that issue's been dealt with now.
Good.
Yay.
And quick check there, yeah, all good. Has the group come to any sort of decision?
As to what? I'm not quite sure what we're doing. I thought we were going to meet up with Captain first.
Well, we haven't taken on, dealt with all of the cultists, I don't think. We've dealt with the ones that are here, but elsewhere, I don't know.
Well, we weren't exactly told where the other cultists were.
I could do the rest, I know that much.
Well,
But
we
again-
do have that sheet of paper where they were planning on meeting at Law Street.
We would need a link. We will.
Cooper Street, you mean?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't making a very important arrangement in the background there with someone, I promise. Although...
Get it on. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not that kind of arrangement at all. I'm looking at starting a Wizardry 8 playthrough on the channel, and there's another person who's got a channel, and we kind of, share comments and stuff and things a few times. I was like, hey, I fancy doing a Wizardry 8 playthrough. You like to tinker and mod games a lot. Would you like to be the tinker character in the party? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, well, here's your race options. What do you fancy? And I'll do the rest, So I was just discussing that in the background there.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be another series. I don't care. I mean, Paul, you remember how massive Wizardry 8 is and how impossible it is to finish because you just keep on playing and it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
No, I don't play Wizardry 8.
You have played it in the past.
I have it, but I think I'll not play it. I've got my magic, but not Wizardry.
Oh well, look forwards to it on the channel then if you like and have a bit of a watch. It's plenty of fun.
Yeah, I may do sometime.
Lots of walking back along the same road you've cleared out 3 or 4 times already and having random encounters along the way.
At the moment, I'm doing mainly BattleTech, and what's the other game that something 2?
We need to play some more Divinity Original Sin 2. I still haven't released the episode where Odasto discovered the drugs to take back to the criminal gang boss, then consumed the drugs out of curiosity. And then there were consequences.
Yeah, I'm talking about the latest game. I just started playing.
Pillars of Eternity 2.
Yes. I've started playing that to give myself a break from BattleTech.
Oh, Cass, that reminds me, I was meaning to ask. Have you considered getting hold of Villainy? Because I think you'd enjoy playing it. Was it Villainy?
Yeah.
So that's a yes, you've considered it, is it?
That is sure. I'm considering it after we finish with this session.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a single-player game, but sure. Not quite what I meant. Right, so, are you all planning on heading off to Cooper Street? Was it Cooper Lane? Cooper Lane. Or are you going off to your beds to rest for the night and going, stuff this, we're knackered?
That's my opinion. Definitely.
I'm not knackered.
Because if you do, it'll be a very short session, and I don't mind. I'll have 2 weeks to prepare more for stuff, but...
While I am low on magic, I do still carry a sword, and I do still wear armor. I'm good to go.
I'm not so good to go. I'm basically out of magic. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can take a short rest on the way there.
Did the guards give you some healing potions? I believe they did. The House Baranti guards.
I will look at Cyrus for you.
They might not have done, but yeah.
Not on him. If there was, he didn't mark it. Let me check Whitford. Not marked there. They may have already been used.
I'm pretty sure some were used, but I just thought I'd check. Okay.
And I have none.
Right.
The other 2 are here. I'm not going to check their characters for them.
Let me see then. I don't think I've got healing.
I don't think I have any healing potions.
Ooh, this is rough.
Oh, yeah.
I've managed to avoid the bulk of damage so far. Not sure for how long.
Oh, speaking of damage, are you injured?
No, I'm not.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we like to call nepotism.
Well, I'm going to be the good shepherd and let Cyrus and Wittred ask, since I'm the apostate in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I would offer, because they're injured,
Um,
but I would rather
let's
them ask
take
for it.
I'm going to suggest that Wittred and Cyrus both could do with a bit of healing. They've both taken quite a bit of damage and would be grateful to receive anything that could be given to them at this point.
Okay.
So is Livia.
The DM is asking on their behalf, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Livia
Livia
can speak for
wait.
herself.
And Livia can wait, because I just burned through 20 points of mana, keeping your ass alive.
And I burnt through one of my mana to turn my ass alive. But I still need a rest.
Now, magic test, I'm going to spend 1 point of mana.
And you're going to nominate a target.
Well, I'm doing a magic roll. I'm not. Well, yeah, that's right. I can do it that way. I did.
You kind of have to declare the target when making the attempt.
Well, actually, I can select the target when I click the word healing. Number of dice is 3. Bonus none, penalty none. Ability is magic.
Fair enough.
And I said 1. But I said 3. I rolled 3 dice. So Cyrus got healed for 13, and I'm out of magic.
Wow, I don't see that there at all. I'm not seeing any of these dice rolls. I should be seeing some of these dice rolls.
Well, I will.
Why am I not?
Screen.
No, I'm not saying I don't
Okay.
believe you. I'm just saying I don't see it.
Well, when you click the character sheet and you click the classes, powers, and talents, it's got the healing lit up. You click that, and it gives you the opportunity to make. The
I
roll.
see his health. It's just like that is not.
But it didn't give me the magic test itself. So
Yeah,
I'm going to do that.
I didn't see that rolled at all either. There you go.
Oh wow! I can make it cheaper.
No, you can't. There's no stump points there.
You don't see the 6.
Yeah, I see a 5, a 4,
it
and a
has to be
6.
a double.
You have
It
to
has
have
be
2 of
double.
the same to
Gotcha.
get stump points.
I understand.
I know it's been a couple of weeks. I just thought I'd
Yeah, it
you know,
has.
poke your memory there.
Okay, well, I'll go and mark
Yeah,
my.
actually
3
have to
points
spend
down.
that one then.
Yeah.
Oof.
Let's see.
Cyrus could do with just like 1 or 2 points more of healing than he'd be comfortable, but Wittred needs more like 4 or 5 points of healing minimum.
Unless Livia is going to do it, we're all gonna have to take a short rest.
You should have got that after. You all got that after the fight anyway, I believe.
Oh, I'm at full health, but I'm hoping a short rest will restore some of my mana.
It won't.
Well, then he's got all the healing I can give.
Oh, okay.
Only Livia. I'm completely out of mana now.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Like I said last week or last session, I spent 20 mana just keeping Livia alive.
Yeah, she's practically running on empty as well. Okay.
Yeah, she's
I
got
mean,
1 mana.
we can make this work. It just won't be very easy.
Where did everyone go?
Same place as
Well,
you.
Glenn lost.
Oh, right. Players.
Glenn, his computer started updating and his internet crashed on him, so he's doing that. He's hoping he'll be back soon.
So
Scott, I have no idea.
Scott lost internet connection. Glenn lost computer operating system connection,
Yeah.
and is now being cursed with the latest Windows 10 downgrade.
It's us 3 ladies to complete the mission.
All right, You can speak for yourself. Don't say that again, or I'll bust out my copy of Busty Barbarian Bimbos and we can play that instead.
I only say it because my character has not been told otherwise by his sister.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's been told, he just ignored it twice.
He's not been told by her.
Total denial.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, Cass's
Yeah,
character
I hear
has
it's a
not said it.
river into winter. But only on Tuesdays.
Oh, total denial. Okay, it took me a
I
moment.
have been asked when am I going to tell you, but
It's too funny.
still haven't mustered up the courage until like maybe.
It's going to be really. I can just imagine some of the humorous because of the person I am in person. The character, for the character's perspective, I can see the humor in you come over, you get snuck into the room, she goes to get ready to go to bed or whatever, and goes through her things and does what she does, and you're just, this is just too easy.
Oh, it's easy only for the moment. God, how am I gonna confront this?
Very
If I
difficultly.
end up doing this in front of a whole load of people, it's going to be hilarious.
It's that whole odd anime childhood friend thing.
Not really.
She knows what I'm talking about.
It's
Right.
more something else.
Oh, it's gonna be so awkward. Anyway, I guess we're waiting.
Are we? I mean, we can wait a little bit, but we don't want to wait too long because we ended up starting like an hour and a half, 2 hours late tonight anyway, which isn't good, obviously.
Health-wise, we can let the three that are injured take a short rest. Like an hour
You kind of already have.
Okay. I didn't know if they had taken the hit points for it or not.
Right.
No.
Here's the thing. I don't know if everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
My gut feeling is they did, except the issue with Livia and the walking bomb spell was being dealt with, so I might have said we'll let people rest afterwards. So let's let everyone take a short rest in the interest of generosity. So just a breather.
Me and Fallen are okay.
Here you go, Paul. Oh, you did it twice, okay.
You did it once and he did it once.
Yes.
Yeah, that's easily fixed. There you go.
I don't think Fallen took a lot of damage.
I'm inclined to agree,
Hey,
but I wouldn't say it was absolutely none either.
No,
Fallen.
it wasn't absolutely none. It just wasn't a lot.
The fog is still, thick and dense, and you imagine the low-income family in their hovel behind you, wondering why these idiots who rescued them are standing out having a loud argument in the street outside, or a loud conversation in the street outside, not going anywhere.
We'll start walking. While we're walking, whisper to Fallen. Despite the fact that I am wearing armor, I do have training in sneaking. I can help you if you let me. I did pay attention whenever you would sneak into the temple.
I'm not sure who you paid attention to, but whoever you were watching.
You. Every time you would sneak in.
So far, you've been rather unsuccessful.
It's because I'm wearing armor.
Yes, the clink, clink, clink is a bit obvious.
Oh, it's just light mail. It's not plate. I can't afford that.
Wittred says, "Sure, because that makes you even more sneaky."
Richard, you should go ahead of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Be distracting.
He's good at that.
Try not to strip.
Why don't you join him, Libya? You're distracting.
Oh yes, it's the vent. I still. Oh, I don't know what to say.
I will grab. Oh, you got them. Hey, Paul, take the link in chat.
How the fuck is that even possible?
Wow, what the hell?
I refresh vision and somehow...
Wow,
that's not even possible. Right.
No, I'll fix it. Fixed.
Can't see a damn thing.
I know.
Let's see. It literally is doing line of sight from nowhere near where people are.
Let's see.
I'm going to have to
So
start
break the
snapping people
lines.
to grid, aren't I? Okay.
Probably.
No, it's just not working. There we go. Finally.
I have a character.
Don't ask me how I did that, because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
You want me to block off that other one?
Sure, it's Control plus Shift plus O, isn't it?
No, it won't do it all the time. There's an easy way. We just put a little marker right there.
Not put any markers anywhere. Leave it alone.
Restore fog of war. And there. All I did, Raph, was right here at the top, so it wouldn't show up over here. I just put a little tiny line of VBL separating this. from
Yeah,
this.
but that still didn't explain why it was drawing it all from over here and not where people actually were.
I don't have an answer for that.
Alright.
I'm being called again. Hold on. It's Glenn.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Just put you on speakers so that they can hear you too.
I'm a whopping 75% after all this time.
Whoa.
Well, that's fast update. You should be made aware though that
It's a downgrade.
Windows technically is giving you a downgrade because it's going to give you an F drive and a G drive, and it's going to fragment your hard drive between the two of them.
Yeah,
Hopefully
well, we'll
they'll
explain it
fix
properly later, but it's horrible.
Yeah. It's annoying notifications. Is all it is,
Basically, it's
really. You can't hear
yeah.
you.
I thought that'd be the case.
Well, I haven't found a way to get rid of the partition. All I've found is that you can
You can't get rid of it. You
reload
can hide it.
You can hide it, and you can rebuild your computer. And those are the two options, really. But we'll talk to you when you get in.
It might try to force him to take an obligatory "what we've changed to your computer this time" tour, which doesn't work because the links and buttons in it aren't all functional, and you can't actually view it all.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
So, Paul has
Microsoft.
literally stepped away.
at their most professional.
Oh, Paul. As she said, Paul has stepped away.
I know.
Yeah.
So Evan,
Yes.
see this map?
I see where we are because
I'd like you to. I'd like you to, very so briefly, ignoring tokens. No, don't. Anyway, when you get a good look at this map,
Yes.
I'd like you to. You know what? I can even just send you a physical copy of it. Well, not a physical copy of it.
I'm zoomed out so I can't see the tokens, but I can
Yeah.
see the map.
So, which part of this description looks incorrect when you look at this map? Could it be the part that says It's backed right up against the city wall.
Okay.
Do you now see the thing that is blatantly missing from this map, known as the city wall,
Not entirely.
which the building is supposed to be attached to?
Right there.
Well, I'm thinking, no, that's like the pavement around the edge of the building, but it's like
I
it's.
thought that might be the corner.
Oh no,
city
because
wall.
it's like it's more like a little footpath, isn't it? But
Oh, yeah, okay.
so it's like this is like the paving stones around the edge of the road, and then you got your cobbles in the middle, you know.
Maybe it's this then.
But I'm thinking, this big black line here and here around the edge of the map, they might as well be the city wall.
Yeah. Might as
For
well be.
for the sake of simplicity and not having people wander off the edge of it. But it's still like
Or
there's
this.
some kind of communication disconnect between
Oh, yeah.
the author and the person who did the maps. It's a very nice map. Actually, the style of the map is very reminiscent of all the old Warhammer Fantasy roleplay maps, which were done in this style.
What about down here? This added bit of artistry.
Nah. Well, let's not worry about too much about where the wall is,
Okay.
but it is there somewhere,
Yes.
and the people we're waiting for still haven't come back
Somewhere
yet.
over the rainbow, there'll be a dwarf with a hammer that's grey and bloody.
One day, my players will all turn up to play together. Somewhere over the painbow. Bad dice rolls permitting. Ah. Is that you back now, Paul?
I've been back a few minutes, actually, yeah.
Oh, could've
Okay,
used
well,
a-
you
a
could have
heads
let us
up.
know a bit sooner. So
Oh, I thought you heard me, sorry, I just listened to you guys. Well,
we've got everyone who's present in the call, and hopefully Glenn will be with us moderately soon.
yeah, I didn't move to anything, so I should have been able to hear me. I got my headphones sat on the table, using the... Yeah.
So you trudge through the city late at night,
Mhm.
and actually, you know what? This is in the poor quarter after all. And anyone want to make me a cunning check? Yeah, just for the sake of interest.
I can fail you. Or I could roll phenomenally well.
You can roll phenomenally well.
I will definitely be sneaking though. We're trying to.
I wouldn't worry. So
Not tip. No, I mean more like, just careful footsteps.
What is cunning used for again? I'm getting mixed up.
it's used for being clever and knowing stuff or understanding things.
Huh. Do I have to?
And I am looking for something very important. Alright. Alright. I've found what I needed, and that's good. It's also bad. So, how did people do?
I got 12, but with a stunt point.
I have 16. No
Yeah.
stun.
Okay, we've got a 16 of a 4, 12 of a 1, 12 of a 3. So, as you head through this portion of the town, this poor quarter, this poor district in the working class part of town, you each recall that not that far from here there's a small, rather discreet chantry known as Andraste's Ear. Now, the holy brothers and sisters at the Chantry of Andraste's Ear are all orphans who have taken a vow of silence, many of whom, and the poor people of this area make a habit of going to visit the Chantry of Andraste's Ear, where they will speak to these poor mute members of the clergy and maybe, indulge in, sharing a few guilty secrets that they don't dare speak to anyone else. And it helps ease the conscience. It's a local tradition. However, given that this nasty cult is now sneaking about the streets late at night, dragging little children out of their beds, murdering their families and cutting out their tongues, you do realise those children have got to live somewhere afterwards, and this has rather horrifying implications.
Who wants to pay that chantry a visit?
Certainly.
Is it Chantry the reason for the children being cut out, their tongues cut out? Or is it a place for afterwards they're looking after the children?
They look after them and try and give them a decent life after their horrific experiences. And give them some kind of purpose.
Well, the power's back.
Hooray! Welcome back.
Yeah, that one's back.
We had about a 20-minute storm and the power went out because of it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, Glenn's computer is installing the latest Windows downgrade, and he will be with us again when he can.
So I'm guessing there's no game tonight or something?
Oh no, we're still playing. We just haven't done that much in your absence. Server's up if you'd like to connect to it. The party found a note on the cultist with the same list of addresses that the other cultist had had, and scrawled on the back was information that the tongues should be delivered to a house on Cooper Lane, to Mother Brianna at the end of Cooper Lane. And like good upstanding citizens who've been promised a hefty monetary reward by the House Baranti Personal Honor Guard, if you help deal with this evil cult, you've decided to indulge in your need for coin and head in that direction. This may all end poorly, because I need to do some basic maths. Oh dear.
Like I'm being called away again. The kids went out
Okay.
the front door and decided to play in all the mud that's outside.
Oh great.
She had a pink dress, now it's black.
Wow.
As soon as the map tool comes up, I'll hit it.
Well, that's the
Next,
fastest
and
way
we'll
I've ever.
take care of it.
That's the fastest way I've ever seen anybody go goth.
And then you have the slowest way. Yeah.
Well, as long as... No. 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 Must resist. It was too easy. Far too low-hanging fruit. So, yeah, we're bloody waiting again, aren't we? This is...
Mm,
So, Cooper Lane looms ahead of you. It's open space between the buildings, quite distinct. Building at the end of the lane doesn't look that different to the others. It's stone built, it's backed up against the wall of the city, and it's a fairly unassuming, plain-looking building. Nothing too unusual about it. The upper floor does overhang the entryway, and is surrounding corners of the building significantly. Actually, no, the entryway here is separate from the... Oh, okay, so there's no upper floor over the actual entrance itself. Interesting. But many of the building's upper floors loom overhead heavily, as if clinging on by sheer willpower or some strange magic that keeps them airborne and prevents them from coming crashing down to the ground. That, or it's the quality of the architecture, which probably is much more responsible.
look, Olivia, I know how you are about wanting to acquire magic and reclaim your mana, but if you see strange crystals in this place, don't go picking them up. I don't think it's going to be good for us. Who knows what they've put in their tricks they've put in their breakfast cereals.
Yes, how they... Well, I don't think magic is the only thing Vince pursue. Isn't that right? How many slaves have you got back at home? Back in the goddamn Imperium.
I got to face our servants.
If I'm keeping very quiet here, it's because when last I ran this, about 7 years ago, a player did a very dumb thing around this point, and I'm trying to avoid mentioning it to either encourage or distract people, so carry on.
Perfectly understandable. We should definitely have the ability to fuck up ourselves on our own merit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or save ourselves.
So the door is in somewhat poor state of repair. Looks like it's been patched up a bit. Had a few boards nailed across some holes in the door where it might have suffered damage previously. What's that strength test for, Paul?
I'm supposed to be stealth check supposed to be.
Ah, right, okay.
What's these stealth?
One of the elves is being sneaky.
Stacks.
One of the elves... You know what, Falrun? There's signs this door has been used recently. Footsteps going in and out. While this is a fairly discreet, nondescript building, it looks like a lot of men came here recently, all together. Lots of footprints, just sort of churning up the street a bit.
My apologies, that is a 13 stealth, not a 15.
Uh-huh.
Armor.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
Well then. I wonder who came through this part.
I will gently lean the staff up against the outside of the building, and as quietly as I can, I'll even take like the edge of my clothing and put it around the sheath where the blade comes out, and slowly slide it out to keep the blade quiet as it clears the sheath.
I would... You said a lot of people... there seem to be a lot of people who use this door. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. A lot of men.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Well,
Okay.
do you make us aware of this actually? Because you're the one that looked.
Well, first thing I'm gonna do is go. Is what kind of? It's made of wood, right?
It is, yeah.
Sound can carry through it. So I'm gonna see if I can hear anything on the other side of the door. Yeah,
Good call. Make me a perception check.
Please work.
Do you want me to move you up for that, or?
I hadn't. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Alright. So, inside, you hear the clink of metal. As if it's metal moving against metal. The kind of sound you sometimes hear when Wihtred's moving around in his male armour. And you hear voices grumbling and muttering.
Can I hear what they're saying?
Not quite, no, but they sound a bit grumpy, as if they're in a bad mood and trying to keep quiet.
We could try and draw them to the front door. We could like.
You didn't hear them.
Oh, okay. Good point.
I'm the one who did the perception text.
Yeah, good point.
You'd say there's only... You've heard more than one voice, but not really more than three.
Well, what do you hear, hon?
It sounds like a few heavily armed men. 3, at least.
How about we step around the corner briefly and let Wihtred knock?
That's a good call.
Okay. So we're backing up. We're going to motion for Cyrus and Libya to join us.
Wait a moment. Okay.
And look at Wihtred. Hand motion to the door and go. Have at thee.
Wihtred shrugs, swings back his hammer, and sends it crashing into the door, which bursts open, splinters flying everywhere. And he says, "Knock, knock!"
I thought that wasn't too loud.
If you need us on the grid, we're on the grid. If you don't, then we can unsnap. I think it's time we did that fateful roll.
Hold it.
Okay.
So, just inside the doorway, you can see that the flickering light of torches mounted in brackets on the walls. The room is filthy. There's flies buzzing round. There are lots of straw pallets on the ground with, crude sheets and blankets and pillows is the word I was looking for. This looks like a lot of people have been in here. I mean, you can't see it from here, but there's nearly 24 makeshift beds on the floor in this room. There are also 2 large armoured men. 2 large armoured pissed-off men. 2 large armoured pissed-off men with 2-handed axes. One of whom
Wonderful.
strides towards the door and bellows, "What the bloody hell do you think you're doing here?" And I think now we can indeed roll initiative, because that'll be fun, won't it?
Yes.
I'm hopefully in stealth.
I've got a 13 for my stealth. I'm hoping that I'm also stealthed, but I don't know.
Well, my NPCs have initiative numbers, and now You got a 5 on your dragon die. Yeah, okay, so you'll be going first, sir.
Let me see. I'm sure I highlighted my character. Oh gosh, it's not doing too well.
The initiative box is at the bottom of the bottom of the
it.
character. Okay.
Just didn't activate just now.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, I'll be there
Here at
shortly.
Glenn.
Hey, nice to have you as Glenn. I'll roll initiative for you if you like, just in the interest of speeding things along a bit.
Okay, so we went to go check out the documentation we found talking about how the cultists. We basically know where the cultists' street is. We've gone there. The bulk of us are standing off to the side of the door, and we were thinking of a way to distractfully open the door, and we said, "Witred, door, have at thee." And so the rest of us are kind of stealthed next to the.
I will also move him through after he's done that.
Okay, we have not rolled your stealth, but your initiative has been rolled.
Ferelden also has not yet rolled initiative.
I have.
What map are we on?
Where? One,
Chantry
two,
of the
three.
Skilled Tongue.
Back
Skilled
up.
Tongue.
I'm looking for it.
16. 3 on the dragon die.
That's...
Let's see. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, sure. I'll just... one moment.
you probably got overridden.
There we go. Right. And now we do that.
And there is my stealth for you.
Sweet.
One moment. Olivia got a 2. Woodred got a 4. That is correct. Because it doesn't take the dragon die priority for initiative into account, so I had to do that manually. Right. Cyrus. Woodred has just kicked open the door. This room stinks. There's flies buzzing around. There are crude straw mattresses on the floor with pillows. Some of them even have blankets. There are torches in brackets on the wall, flickering, and 2 large armoured, pissed-off men with 2-handed axes, who don't look like they're going to invite you in for a cup of tea.
I would have probably had my bow knocked.
I am completely au fait with this idea.
And I can see cultists heavy.
Yes, you can. It's going to be a bit difficult because he's getting some cover from the wall there, but
Yeah, I figured that.
it's also not the best lighting out here in the darkness, but there are torches in there, so could be
Well,
worse.
Since I had a bow knocked, I guess I can move to there and get a better shot at them.
Yeah, that works. So, from your current position, you can see a door here that is not very visible due to the way the walls line up.
Okay. And I think I am going to say
Oh, sorry,
good
no.
morning.
A door here and an open... well, not and a doorway here. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said I think I'm going to say hello, Elven style.
Aha!
Kerplunk.
And
Nice,
I think
with
I
stomp
did.
points. I would warn you that he's wearing chainmail armor, so that may
One of
factor
them
into
is
your decision.
penetrating. 1 point for penetrating.
Great.
Let me look up these again. Standard stunts, okay. And just to help Wilfred out, I don't know when everybody's going to Wilfred out,
His name's still Wittred.
or Wittred. The other 2 points will be nice enough to knock him prone.
Great.
Yeah. Wittred the dwarf, Wilfred the horse.
And that will be
There is no
that.
horse called Wilfred. What are you on about?
I know, but eventually there will be.
It's not piercing, it's penetrating. And I say
Whoa, no, it's not penetrating. It's
I said
piercing.
It's piercing. I said it's piercing, not penetrating. That should not. That's what I clicked. Hang on.
That's okay.
No, I did check penetrating. I apologize, Raph. You want to heal him up 8, and I'll re-roll the damage.
Sure, I can do that. He apparently hasn't even taken the damage yet. Oh, because you didn't... Oh, you put it on the wrong one. Right, okay.
That's the only heavy there is. That's the only heavy
No,
one
no,
that
no,
I
no.
see.
Is this one here? Interesting. Well,
They
look,
don't
if
have
it...
individual numbers, Raph.
I
That's
know,
what
I
it
did
is.
that for a reason.
Okay, so...
That's interesting.
How do you want to do that?
I'll do it. Just a
Because
minute.
they're going to give the damage to this guy.
That's really interesting. It only makes... No, it's interesting that it defaults to that one. Anyway, there you go. You know what? I rolled it with the piercing damage there. Given how that paid off, why don't we just put that 8 damage you initially rolled on the right one?
You could just reposition them from each other.
Okay, one moment. There you go. Now they have different names. And the damage has been applied.
Okay.
Okay, Falron. There's a nasty evil skinhead in there and a nasty evil not so skinhead bloke.
And you have stealth.
They
Oh.
they look like they were in a bad mood before you arrived, and one's just been knocked down. The arrow just kind of hit him in the shoulder, knocked him off balance, and he's stumbled back, tripped on a mattress, and fallen, sprawled on the floor.
Get him.
Oh, in you go. Oh, this would be considered a sneak attack because you're moving towards him, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he notices you coming. Hearing could be appropriate. Wow.
Yeah.
He is that ugly bald actor who used to be Steve Austin, is it? Yeah. Of cultists, apparently. Well, you still get +1 to hit him for him being knocked down.
He wasn't always bald.
No, I imagine he had hair at some point.
Yep. He used to be called Stunning Steve Austin.
I'm sure
That's
he
right,
was
a
fabulous.
wrestler.
Yep. He still is.
Okay, I don't know about him still being fabulous, but anyway. Right.
No, he's still a wrestler.
That is a hit, and you may do damage.
Okay. What's considered penetrating since he can Cyrus can't use penetrating?
Neither can you.
What's
You didn't-
considered penetrating?
Piercing is the stunt that lets you ignore half the armor. Penetrating is special stuff like falling damage that ignores all the armor.
Okay, get it. So that means blunt weapons, right?
No, it means generally things like spells or gravity or suffocation or smoke inhalation or something like that.
I am getting me some heavy armor.
Oh wow, didn't even get through the armor. That's tough.
No. That's tough.
Well then, Haldir's turn.
And won't you see if he sees me? Because I had a 13.
Well, he might roll rubbish.
It's fine.
And I will go up onto the bed, or what's left of it.
That's barely a bed, but okay.
Well, he sees me.
You better hit.
You haven't even rolled yet.
He had a 13, he said.
Where?
No, I had a 13 stealth, and I rolled it when we first moved up to the door.
Oh, that's separate. You get a roll again now.
Okay.
That was being sneaky outside the building. Now you're trying to sneak in while there's a distraction of other people. That's a different
He does
circumstance, and
not
you
see
did a good job. Go for it.
That's with the -2.
So, you don't have the sneak attack class feature. You sneak up
No,
to him.
it's like-
Well done.
I just like sneaking up to people.
Uh-huh.
Alright. sword.
Alright, Kale.
Let's see here.
The wrong person sniggered. Interesting. Was it Cole? Pretty sure it was
Actually,
Kale.
I should not have put a -2 in that because I already have it built into the sword.
Uh-huh. And yet, as he lies there on the floor, you do land a blow. However, he's moderately armoured and you are useless at using this weapon, so you might not do a lot of damage.
Correct. So I have to roll it separately.
Ouch.
Well, being inept enough to
I
do
do
half damage
no
with the
damage.
weapon. I know, it's 14. Half to 7 means he takes it on the armour and doesn't get hurt.
But it's an impressive ringing sound.
The man who is standing sneers and checks something very important.
Because at this moment, I don't look like an apostate because I don't carry a staff.
And the GM chooses this moment to remind players that villains don't always have to use all of their stunt points if they get any. So, sneering confidently, he grins and strides across. Great axe, just like slung casually over one shoulder, but his arms tense. And then he just whips those arms around and sends the axe spinning from his shoulder in a big body-turning blow, straight
No.
for...
That's a whirlwind attack.
One of you's got a... he's clearly like wound up for this.
One has armor, one has less armor.
Yeah, he'll go for one with the armor. It's kinda.
That'd be me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I have
would.
5 armor.
The good news is he got no stump points. The bad news is he just slugged you with a two-handed axe and it hurt that much.
Oh wow!
As the blade
God
just
for armor.
impacts.
Or ow!
Are you okay there?
Oh, I was just putting in.
No, my father looked like he hurt his finger. I was just asking.
Gotcha.
Right, so Wittred, decides to also stride up there. And seeing one of them down on the floor, decides to pummel him with the great big hammer while he still can. So, Wittred's two-handed hammer goes up.
Scott did say he was here. He's just muted.
Oh, I thought he was outside dealing with a family issue.
They were screaming earlier. I was muted because I didn't want.
Okay, man. Well, your turn now if you want to take it.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to move forward.
Yep.
This guy here, he swung at who?
He swung at me.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
And the
he
one on
shoots
the ground
there.
hasn't swung at anyone yet.
So against the one that's standing there, who swung at
Mm-hmm.
Your apprentice. Yep. He swung at your apprentice.
do I get any bonuses?
Yeah, because you get 2 yards combat reach, so you're technically going up 2 to 1 there. Actually, technically 3 to 1. So that'll be +2 to hit. Enjoy.
And which one is he?
That's a bald one.
No, it's not the bald one. The bald one is
That
prone.
is cultist heavy, not bald cultist heavy.
Ah.
It's just cultist heavy.
Wow.
Beautifully. Well struck. Stump points. Enjoy.
Now get past all the armor and swing again, if you can.
Actually, as a second level warrior, you have a stunt bonus on something, don't you?
I don't think I got any stunt bonuses yet.
Let's see. Second level warrior. Oh no, it'd be 4th level you'd get a stunt bonus. Okay.
Lightning attack.
Oh, nice. So that's
First damage.
that's one with a second attack coming in afterwards, isn't it?
Yep.
Go for it.
Damage this one. And that guy, no difference. Swing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second swing.
Yep.
Gets the same guy.
I do have a question, Raph.
Yeah.
While he's getting rid of, if you do lightning attack, but you don't use all your stunt points from your first attack, can you use
Yes.
the stunt points to the second?
Yes, the second attack cannot generate stunt points, but you can still use them if you haven't spent them yet.
Aha.
I hit.
You did indeed. So you clobber him and then belt him one again
And this time I'll knock him back.
for rather more damage. And you knock him back. There we go. Oh yeah, I did this. I did this map 2 yards to the square, and that's why I said unsnap, because your movement rates are
Okay.
obviously in units rather than squares.
So you want to stun snap then?
I'd recommend it. Olivia,
Okay.
it's your turn.
And that's my turn.
I'll make sure everybody's in
Is
the
that guy a step away, not being smacked in the face?
Huh?
Where am I?
You are outside the building, near the front door by the
Yeah,
corner.
wrong token, that's what I'm doing.
You're what?
I was looking at the wrong token.
That would explain things a bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Cyrus, so moving. Not moving there. I'm moving to there. No, I'm moving to more than that, so let me see.
Yeah, but you probably didn't walk through the wall directly either, so
Exactly,
it'll take a little while.
so. There. To there. Blast! Damn and blast you.
Well, okay, but I'd like to remind you that we're not actually playing Pathfinder at the moment.
It's an arcane dance blast.
I am well aware of this. I was just making sure that you were aware.
Which one is it? Which one am I pointing at? One south is where? Let's see.
Heavy cultist or bolt? The one on the ground or the one standing?
One on the ground is difficult to hit. The one standing.
That would be cultist heavy.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the one.
I get the distinctive feeling, Paul, that you like to make things go boom.
Shake
Oh,
the
yeah,
room. I mean,
just-
sorry,
just
Mr.
break
Lover
out.
Lover.
Kick that. That's heavy. Range attack. Yay. Oh. No stunt, but crit. Apparently.
Oh, we don't have any crits.
Well, that's okay. There is no critical hits in this game. It's just something the person who made the framework put in there, and I don't know why.
Okay, I hit him.
I
no.
literally don't know what triggers that. If it's like it has to be a 15 or what it needs to be, but yeah.
Or so much over the damage is this. Oh, so against Cultists heavy.
Now he is armoured, so you don't expect. Oh, you did a little bit of damage though. Good
Yeah.
for you.
I did.
And now his ally rises from his prone position. He actually uses his axe handle to heave himself up, and then raises it over his head and decides to bring it down on Wittred, who looks kind of dangerous and did wallop his friend pretty hard. Oh! You know what? He's going to be really nice and really kind and not use his stunt points. Because it's going to hurt you enough anyway. And he snarls at you. Foam flecked between his teeth. Cyrus, your turn. He got back up again.
Yeah, I see that.
Lots of your allies clustered in there as well.
Yeah. Since I have a arrow knocked, I'm just going to move to there. And oh look, there's one that doesn't have anybody on top of them.
I know. I mean, there
So
are
I think I'm
intervening
gonna
peoples, so I'd give you a minor
shoot
cover for
him.
that. Okay, so you're going to get, I think, minus one or minus two for people in the way. Minus two, I'm afraid.
Yeah, one for each person. I agree.
But you got him anyway. Great. The arrow whistle at this short range. It just sort of goes shunk. It doesn't even do the whole proper thing that arrows do. Everyone thinks arrows go,
Man, he
whoosh, but they don't.
take-
They really don't, unless it's a very short shot.
damn bit of damage.
It clinks on his mail, and the arrow kind of dangles from the links. And you feel a bit less confident. He just kind of grins and almost chuckles. He's got that amused expression on his face. And Falron, speaking of being amused, it's your turn now.
I feel like if I got hit even once, I'd be like,
I don't know, they haven't used stunt points yet.
yeah, that's the problem. So I'm going to have to switch to long range,
Uh-huh.
or at least attempt to not be seen. Be less of a threat, so that they won't go after me.
Kinda hard, considering you just tried to knife this bloke, but you're more than welcome to try.
So I could move away and go into stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully working.
You know what,
Cool.
it's even easier if you actually go somewhere he can't see you. Like, just outside the door, maybe.
Yeah, right there. Probably.
Alright, you can back away and make that dexterity check with the stealth focus if you got it. Okay, nice.
Alright, sorry. Do that again. So, what's 14 then?
That's okay. Ugh. I will bet... Wait, where are you going now? I was a little confused there for a moment.
Okay.
So you move outside and hide, hoping they didn't pay attention to you. I'll take that one roll for both of them. They seem a little too preoccupied with their other targets to notice you leaving. You feel somewhat safe, but not too safe. As right now, it's Haldir's turn to, well, do something.
Yep. Make that attempt.
Oh dear, what attempt are you going to try and make?
Well, I hop down off the bed, and as I'm coming down off the bed, I'm bringing this sword down on the guy.
Alright, I mean, in terms of hopping down off the bed, it was like an inch and a half high, because it's like a pallet on the floor, but by all means, mess him up.
I will make that attempt. Oh!
Now, nice,
I
well
succeeded.
struck. I would like to point out that normally encounters are not supposed to be this tough, but these cultists are really, really, really nasty.
Well, let's see what we have here.
In other words, you're kind of a little out of your league here.
Yeah.
And I know that it's been like that for the last couple of sessions. I hope that you guys don't get so used to it that you then start complaining things are too easy and power gaming the system just on normal difficulty encounters.
Let's take 2 points to give me a defensive stance.
Always a good start.
Yep.
There's even an icon state for that
Um,
somewhere in conditions and
take-
states.
2 points for Mighty Blow.
The reason I'm saying there's an icon for it is that the icon doesn't apply the bonus benefit automatically, but if you put the icon on, we will remember.
Actually, not Mighty Blow. Disarm. I want to disarm his weapon.
Okay, but you're aware it involves an opposed dice roll, right?
Okay, never mind. So yeah, Mighty Blow.
I am not in any way hinting at what, I can't even remember which ability score would be used, but these are big burly men with big muscles.
Yeah, I will use Skirmish.
Okay.
Move myself or the target of the attack 2 yards in any direction. Okay. So I want to move him right there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you you chop at him and kick him, push him away. You maybe even do some damage.
Now I'm going to do the extra d6 separate because I don't know if it gets added in or not. I don't know if it gets cut in half because of my inability to use the weapon properly.
It does.
Okay.
Wait, what does?
I did Mighty Blow.
Yeah, that would still be halved as well, yeah.
Alright, so that'll be
16,
2 points.
8.
No,
I'll
it'll
take
be
1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Yep,
Now
that's...
look at Witcher and go, I hurt him! Yay!
So,
I'm getting better!
there was a television series called Angel many years ago that was a Buffy spin-off.
Yep.
Okay, one of you is laughing. I hope you're laughing for the exact reason I'm going to bring up. There was this storyline where the characters went into some kind of horrible demon world and ended up picking a fight with the locals in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And the weedy guy with the glasses, in the middle of the fight, turned around to his mate and said, "I think we're winning!" And it cut to a shot of them all tied up next to the fountain, being told how bad they were and useless and rubbish.
I personally, I've seen the entire series and I loved it because
it was
the
better than
last
Buffy.
episode had a frickin' dragon in it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
for about 2.5 seconds in the distance.
yeah, because that was the end of the series.
Yeah.
I was just like, I want to know how
There's
that
a comic
fight
strip
turned out.
for it.
Uh,
There's supposed to be a comic for that series right afterwards, and only 2 of them survived.
Yeah. Highlight of that episode was when the evil demon guy said to the vampire, the power of the ancients flows in my veins. It's in my blood. And the vampire says, "Can you pinpoint which exact word you should not have said right now?" And jumps on him. After failing to beat him up for the entire fight, he's like, "Oh wait, that's why you're defeating me. Okay."
Well, it'll be your turn next.
And then the guy who played that evil demon got to go on and play Jane Cobb in Firefly. So good for him. Right. So guess what? When cultists attack, there's 3 of you. This is so tempting. You know what? Stuff it.
I didn't even include bonuses for my allies. I completely forgot about it.
As you've launched yourself into the air and beat one of them back, the other one just strides over to you and goes for a big overhand chop.
My defense is 13 at the moment.
That's alright. I think he hit you
Anyway.
with stomp points. Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? He's going to hit you so hard he knocks you down.
Oh yay.
Oh wait. There's a thought. That is not what I needed. There we go. Actually,
Is he going to disarm me?
I'm just checking, okay? He strikes you with a large sweeping blow that carries on and also hits Wittred.
Oh.
Separate damage rolls for each.
Oof.
The joy of stomp points.
Yay, armor.
Thought you have to roll for the second point.
No, he didn't do lightning attack. He did dual strike,
That's not those.
which is normally a 4-point stunt. But warriors who have gained a few levels get a discount on that stunt. Just, it's somewhere after 2nd level. Speaking of warriors, who are gaining levels, it's Witred's turn now. The only warrior in the entire party. It's like being the only gay in the village, except less homophobic.
Except for
Do I get a bonus?
or is he wearing tight shorts?
He might be. It could explain why he's taking it out all his frustration on people with a sledgehammer.
So do I get a bonus for the swing?
Yeah, +1 for ganging up 2 to 1. Oh, you got him. With 4 stump points. Oh god, you could dual strike and hit both the cultists as well.
One good turn deserves another, I guess.
I'm going to seize the initiative.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'll do it after your turn finishes.
Okay, now let's do damage to the guy I just hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I'll knock him back.
So there?
Yep.
Okay. Livia, it's your turn.
Shooting my staff does draw attacks opportunity. I've forgotten this game.
Nope, there are no attacks of opportunity. It's just like Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay in that regard.
I'll shoot and move then. Okay, so...
Attacks of opportunity are very much a D20 thing.
Yeah, say... Arcane Lance, the one to the north. What's the one to the north called? Bolt Baldy. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can tell that from the tattoos on his head where his hair used to be.
Yeah. Bold. Range attack. Any bonuses to this?
No. There is a -2 for firing into combat, unfortunately.
Okay, so I'll fight the other one then.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yes.
Hey, and you got stump points.
Yay!
You could do something fun with that.
Yeah, I'm going to. 3 stump points, in fact. Anti-loading stump points.
Yeah, standard stump points for Arcane Blast.
Yeah, I know they are, but... Yes, I got that loaded. I was wondering why the actual stump points not working in my... Oh, here we are. Standard stump points. 3 stump points is 10. Okay, Okay,
And there was me thinking I might have to do something to these guys to make this encounter a little bit easier for you.
Okay, so let's see. Pierce armor.
Good
what?
die rolls.
It's been really good dice rolls, mostly.
Yeah, let me see. Pierce armor. What can get for 1? Okay, so 2 yards is 1 square, isn't it? Or is it 2
Yep.
squares?
So he's about 6 to 9 feet away, essentially.
I can move myself though as well. So yes. So right.
Yeah, you might want to get away from the other cultist.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Let me see now. Damage is this. It's piercing.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Goes
You found a chink in his armour as the energy just kind of rattles and seeps through.
Yes. Oh, what?
Yep.
Nothing plus nothing. Hey, what?
No, I understand it, it's fine.
And I can move 2 squares or 1 square.
1. Then you've still got your minor action that you could use to move anyway.
Yeah, move my man right. How far can I move
Are
my
you sure you wanted to move towards him?
I want to move to a place where I can get out of the way. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Come on, action.
that's
to,
good.
How far can I move now?
Speed is 11, so you could go like, woo, right over to this corner of the room.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up behind my friends, not over there. So can I go to
Yep,
there?
you could make it to about there as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd like dodge to here and then rush up there like that.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Okay.
As in getting behind my friends.
Well, I'm afraid this one turns, he sees you, and he mutters, "The Maker teaches us that it was the mage's sins that cast us down in the first place." And he steps towards you, axe raised, for the chop.
I never attacked him. I attacked the other guy.
He goes, "Roar!" Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
The good news is that no stuff.
Okay, no, there is no bad news. The good news is I'm not sure he could actually do any more damage than that without stump points. The bad news is he hit really hard. You feel the axe sinking into your collarbone. You know, the bone practically parting, your blood gushing out. You feel as if you're on, the brink of death's door.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't look that badly hurt at the moment.
Good thing you saved a point.
However, now it's Wichtred's turn.
Am I within range of the bald one?
Not quite, but almost. I mean, a very short charge would get you there. Here you go. Now you can reach him.
That's 3-1. Oh, yeah.
Well, one of you's only holding a bow, really, so it's more 2 to
It's
1
2 to
for a
1.
+1 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better. Extra +1 if he wants to make it a charge action as well.
Sure.
Then again, not that he normally needs bonuses to hit things. Over.
And 2 stump points.
Hang on, I'm trying to work out why his attack bonus is so high.
Because of my high
4.
strength.
Yeah, 4, 2 for bludgeons. It should be +6, not +8. What is going on
I
here?
also have ranks in.
He doesn't mean you, he means the bad guy.
No, I mean Wichtred.
Oh, okay.
I also have that training in it.
I know, that shouldn't give you a whole +2 to hit, though. That's a little weird. Let's see.
Focus, you mean?
Oh, I see. I think I see what's happened. Okay, I'll fix that.
Is there a problem with it?
Yeah, it's fixed now, don't worry.
So should I reroll?
Just means you have a total of a 17 to hit if it's 2 points off.
There are... I see. He's doubled up on some weapon bonuses. I'm just fixing it now. Okay, here we go. All done. Yeah, he had a miscellaneous +2 attack for 200 more and +1 for throwing axe in there that shouldn't have been there. It's fixed now. Carry on. Whomp him hard with those 2 stump points.
I think there was something someone said earlier. Was it? I'm going to use disarm.
Okay, nice one.
Alright. Do I do damage still?
Yeah,
or-
you still do damage. But before you do damage, you might want to do a second attack roll. Wait. You and your opponent must make an opposed attack roll. Sure, I'll do that now.
So, roll an attack roll, Scott.
Oh God.
from it, or no?
Huh?
Do I get the bonuses from people?
Yep, you still get all the bonuses you had before, and you're probably going to need them. So, +1 from your charge, +1 for ganging up. Okay, so try as you might, you do not knock his weapon out of his hands, but you still get to deal damage. It was close, though, I must say. You both got a 1 on the dragon die. Oh.
Did you count the strength thing where it got bludgeoning in it?
Yeah, because that shouldn't modify this. It's okay.
Alright. Still did damage
Yeah.
and knocked him into the wall.
Boosh. Nicely done. You feel much more validated as a person. Cyrus, it's your turn. You are no longer adjacent to the nasty bad guy who's, like, killing Livia.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it's good that
will-
you're not next to him anymore, but bad that she still is.
I will draw an arrow and shoot the one down below us.
Go for it. I'll even call that a clear shot.
Hopefully, Falron will come back in and mess somebody up in a minute.
Very soon.
Right now.
It does feel like it's been ages since Falron's turn. Partially because Wittred went to the top of the initiative order and delayed it a bit, but you shoot him nice, fair and square. Do some damage, if you can.
None.
Oh, it
Yeah,
sinks into the mail as well.
That's okay, no.
And that does indeed make it Falron's turn.
What do you mean it makes it my turn? I'm running away. Sure, my rogue inquisitor does it all the time. You know, runs away. I
Mm-hmm.
won't be that much of a dick here.
You coward.
Are you sidling in there hoping to not be observed?
I thought I already took the. Okay, never mind. I'll do another.
You did. I know, it's fine. Oh, wow.
Hey, but
do
she got
you
stunt point.
have...
Not really.
Not really, no.
No. Okay, carry on. So, you sneak in there and it turns out that you weren't quite as sneaky as you thought you were, but carry on. You sidle up to him and then realise he was prepared for you when you arrive, and it's like, oh shit, he was actually ready for this.
What do you mean?
Maybe she's just gonna fire a crossbow from there. Yep.
Yep.
Picked it.
Stunk.
Missed.
Right in the wall. Okay, Haldir.
Oh, let's see.
There are 2 nasty men in this room, and some not so nasty men. And Livia, who's well buggered. Just saying.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, because I'm not going after that guy. No way.
Oh, this is really going to hurt.
I actually want to be right there.
Uh-huh.
Every single time.
Yep. Hey, what are you talking about? Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I'll bring it up
Yay, I
later.
hit.
You did. Congratulations. You're getting better at using that sword, you know. One day you'll even damage something.
Hey, I did
And no
last
damage.
time. Yep, no damage. Hitting hard enough to hurt him.
Yep.
Just
Oh, he
not
felt
getting
it.
the arm.
Don't worry, he felt it. In the meantime, the man further back in the room says, "Now, Master Dwarf, you can dish it out. Let's see if you can take it." And rushes up to Wittred and goes to a big swooping, almost uppercut sweep of the axe here.
That's why I didn't want to be in melee.
The kind of swoop that could
Him.
knock him back significantly. Oh yeah, absolutely.
God bless.
Oh.
I'd call out for a medic, but we don't have any.
That
Nobody
one
thought
hurt.
about grabbing the city watch when they were heading here, did they?
They're busy elsewhere, unless this is a different day.
Same
You know,
day.
like
Oh
that
my-
In Inquisition, when you realize you have no healers in the party, and you never will have it.
I'm going to be generous. He's not doing all this stuff, but it is going to hurt a little bit. And he also drives you back significantly with the force of the blow. Actually, you know what? And follows up somewhat as well with the momentum of the attack. He actually did use all of his stump points, and not in the most efficient way either. He could have probably done even nastier stuff. Wittred, you're kind of picking yourself up off the floor, dusting yourself down as you've been hurtled back through the fragments of the door you demolished just a few seconds ago.
Richard, you are alright?
Does anyone else taste 10?
And Livia buggers off outside, apparently.
And I got something to do here. I got to do this.
Are you spending that last mana point by any chance?
I think
I
he's
am
using it
indeed.
himself. I mean, anybody could utilize it at this point, but I think he's using it on himself.
Yes,
I think so too.
I pass. And I get.
I heard the word "I get," so yeah.
Yeah, I heard it too, don't worry.
Was it Raph?
1d6.
I know, it's 1d6 plus something, isn't it?
Nope.
No.
Oh, it's just d6, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Crap.
Could be worse.
Brave for this. That's 3's average.
3 points of healing. You now have 4 health points.
You
5.
couldn't withstand somebody breathing on you.
Hopefully not these guys.
You know, while listening to the old session earlier, I did notice something I'd done that, you know, redressed the balance slightly. I haven't done it this time, and it's interesting to see how differently it's played out.
Can we go to our save point, reload the session?
No, but it didn't let me progress the initiative there twice in a row. So, you know what, Cyrus
No,
is
it's
very
on the
healthy.
It's on the Bolt Cultist.
Yeah, I had to click it 3 times to make it happen, though.
Gotcha.
So Cyrus is very healthy. He can get hit with an axe. Oh, he certainly can.
Ow.
Okay, we'll make it a normal hit, and just beat him back outside,
Ah!
and follow up.
There's a lot of people going through this door. I'm not.
Oh yeah. He just kind of like places the axe haft up against his chest and rams him back and rushes after him. You shall not taint the sanctuary with your unclean presence. Wittred, it's your turn. You feel agony, but one of the 2 men who's been beating up you and your friends is right there in front of you, with a determined look on his face.
We're supposed to have potions.
Alright, so let's see, this is Bald Cultist. I don't think I get any bonuses. I might get a bonus, I don't know.
Haldir's got a sword. You can have +1 for that.
Can I focus wherever that was?
Yeah, you can take the aim action for an extra +1. Absolutely, yeah.
And I will call out to Evan's character. I don't think I'm going to last much longer. You better get out of there.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good at all.
It's suitably honest, though.
Uh-huh.
Good luck.
He hits. No stunts, but he hits.
Well, deal some damage.
Knock him back.
Absolutely, yeah. Oof. You feel terrible. Cyrus, it's your turn. You feel slightly less terrible, but you can see how badly hurt some of your allies are.
Mm-hmm.
These blokes are nasty.
I am going to shoot the one that he just knocked back.
Go for it. Unfortunately, he is still defending himself against a person with a sword, so it'll be the standard -2 for firing into combat.
Mm-hmm. I will hit.
That is indeed a hit. Carry on.
I don't think I can do any damage, but I hit. Oh,
Hey!
1 point of damage.
You did some damage. Yeah, there is great cause for concern here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. It's Valorant's turn.
That's not okay.
Well-
went better there.
Well, alright.
Totally better there.
It's not okay, but it's a fact.
Get up here, Ollie.
Ah, fuck it.
Oh, this will be interesting. That's a hit.
That is a fucking hit.
Oh! The blade rasps across the links of his mail, and he just laughs at you. He just laughs in your face. Oh, that makes it Haldir's turn. You're in a terrible
Yeah.
predicament here.
Yeah, I am. I am going to try and take the southern cultist completely off guard.
Well, before you do, I'd like to point out that their health totals, there's only actually 1 point between them. They are that close to being on the same health amount.
Yeah. What I'm doing, it involves an attack roll, but not with a weapon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm going to try and take this cultist completely off guard because he has no helmet, correct?
That is correct.
I plan a big sloppy kiss on him.
Oh, this will certainly be interesting. Right, go for it.
What skill would that be?
That would be an attack roll, unarmed. Now, before
dexterity?
you ask, unarmed would be in the brawling group, which I
Okay,
believe you're
dexterity.
proficient with. It does use dexterity
I'm
for
not.
attacks.
Oh, yeah, actually, I am proficient with brawling. I didn't.
Make
I had
that
my
a
weapons list.
make that a dexterity attack.
Okay. I gotta include a -2 for the armor.
Okay. Oh, that is not very good. You try.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move over here now.
All right. The man looks at you in utter confusion.
It works. As I pass by, follow it. I go. Did I distract him?
What?
And he says, "What in the name of the Maker?" And we'll make that Livia's turn.
Okay.
It
You
worked.
just got the elven plague.
Oh dear, that could be really bad now.
Okay, nice. Which is the one I'm attacking with?
Well, there's one you can see and one is behind a wall.
Yeah, so, which is the name of the one I'm attacking? Look at sheets. Okay, lance. Bolt. Miscellaneous penalty, 2 because of
Yep.
the other things. Range attack, yes. Miss.
You tried though.
Yeah, with a 5 stun points of a hit.
And speaking of trying, he does have a 200 axe. There's two people in front of him. One is healthy, one is not. In the interest of fair play, Falron, you are ever so lucky.
Oh.
That doorpost about half an inch above your head, nowhere near as lucky. And you duck, and there are splinters of door frame in your hair.
Shake it out.
You might want to think about shaking it out after you've finished fighting for your life. There are priorities.
I'm pretty sure none of us are going to be as lucky.
Okay, Witchred, it's your turn.
I'm so glad all I did was actually just confuse the guy. And
He certainly showed that door what for.
God. Oh, maker.
You know, I should have played this slightly differently. I've got a few good ideas of how, but good to know now. I'll bear that in mind. Actually, no, I shouldn't. Someone kicked the door in with a sledgehammer. I shouldn't have necessarily done it differently. Still, you'll go there, Scott.
Yep. Can I reach the bald one?
You absolutely can.
I'm going to try to hit him.
You got two allies next to him. You can even have a +2 to hit for ganging up 3 to 1.
So it'd be +2, +3 if I aim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that while aiming increases the chance of success, you're more doing it to increase the chance of being able to generate stump points. But also bear in mind this means he can actually reach you as well. Oh well, good luck. Hooray! With stump points, no less!
Sure. I'm going to try that disarm again.
Okay, it's an opposed attack roll. You get that +3 bonus and he doesn't. Ow! Right, what did you get? You got, oh my god, that was so unbelievably close. But he still keeps his grip on his weapon. Please do your damage, though. Look, seriously, there was just like 1 point between them.
And knock him back towards the one with the beard.
Alright.
Hair.
Well, they both have beards, but at least the other one has some hair, so he's not some ugly skinhead. Ooh, he's looking hurt now. And that makes it Cyrus's turn.
You're up, Glenn.
Yeah.
The memories of Kiana shooting these with arrows and doing no damage. 7 years ago, man. And now history is repeating itself.
Alright. Well, I'm going to do a stealth, drop my bow in a movement, draw my sword, and I'm going to try to stab Baldy. Hopefully he does not hear me.
Technically, drawing your sword and sneaking up would be... yeah, but that's 2 minor actions, so that would be your whole turn.
You can move over there and attempt to shoot again. Maybe aim for his vulnerable head. I don't know. Just a thought. For body.
Actually, I'm going to draw my weapon, move up to them. As part of my major action with the backstab, as long as I do not start adjacent to him, I see if he's surprised.
Oh,
that's way
yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, carry on.
Roll. Okay, there we go.
Interesting. See, I always took it to be like the backstab was the minor action to move up, and then the attack was not part of it. But yeah, go ahead.
It's actually part of the major action, if I read that correctly.
Let's see. Fortunately, it's right there on your character sheet, so I can just look at it.
I just cannot start or next to that.
No. If you win the test, you can use your major action this round to backstab him. So it is minor action to sneak up, major action to backstab. And you'd be hitting him with a bow, essentially. And again, if the new game God of Boy is anything to go by, you can fucking murder people with a bow in close combat. If you're an underage kid who's also a psychopath and shoots his own fucking father because he's an idiot.
He's an idiot because that was an accident, or he's an idiot because...
Oh no, it was intentional. Yes, boy is not happy with boy, son of boy. That is, boy, father of boy is not happy with boy, son of boy for shooting him in the boy with a boy arrow in his boy shoulder when he'd already been stabbed in the boy all the way through to the back with a big stone boy, and apparently wasn't even bleeding at all, which was amazing. Oh boy.
Okay, then
And of course, to say it properly, it's boy.
Okay.
Also,
you've kind of confused me there. Okay, I can actually use my bow with a backstab. That means I shoot them with my bow trait, or I'm hitting them. With the
you'd
bow.
be hitting him with the bow, which is not very good for the bow, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I'll just reload and shoot. That's
See,
about all I can do.
What you need in this situation is a Sten of War with a boy.
I'm guessing that's a -2 penalty, correct?
Uh-huh. Evan, man, you shouldn't
What?
have. You really shouldn't have.
I don't know what I did to make her giggle.
You sent me a message in Skype. I don't know why she's giggling, but at least it's working. I have a horrible feeling it may be unrelated unless she's familiar with boy. Boy, says Sten of War every time. Turns out Sten of War might not be Sten of War and was the guy who was the black guy in the Stargate TV series. I'm not sure if he voiced Sten. I don't know who did, actually. It's probably some less well-known person, because they probably would have made a really big deal out of it being that famous. Okay, you done, boy.
Yeah, I didn't move. I just tried to shoot him, miss. Or I hit and did no damage.
Ah. Falron. They're occultists. They look mean. They look nasty. They got weapons. You're not that badly hurt yet. And yet, you get this feeling that you might be if you stayed there. Yeah, they do a bit, don't they? I had noticed this when examining the map previously. You know, like this one. I was like, did someone just chop off a load of giants' toes and leave them in here or something? You know.
Sorry, I was laughing earlier because I could almost picture Cyrus sidling up to the ball cultist and hitting him.
I wouldn't
Well,
do that to my bow. This is a good elven-made bow.
so you've moved, you fired the crossbow. Remember that it's not currently loaded anymore.
It's not currently loaded anymore.
It's unloaded in that fellow's general direction. Hopefully it's going to do him some serious damage any moment now. Oh, you got stunt points.
I got stun points, so that means I would...
And isn't it normally a major action to reload a crossbow unless you use stunt points to do it? It is normally a major action to reload a crossbow.
Unless I use rapid reload.
You might want to do that.
I would like to do that.
Okay, carry on. So that's 3 more stunt points left, isn't it? Or is it 2?
3.
3.
Okay.
And Pierce Armor is only 1 point for us rogues.
Yes, it is.
And then Mighty Blow, you get an extra D6. Oof.
Yeah.
You know, this could leave a serious dent in his life expectancy.
So, an extra d6, plus I would like to rapid reload, plus I would like to get back his armor.
Which is piercing.
Okay, give it your best shot.
Ooh.
Nicely well shot. He certainly felt that. He cries out in pain.
I still can't get that image out of my head.
What, when the boy jumps up on people's shoulders and uses the bow to try and garrote them? Not with the string, no. He's using the actual bow itself. Like he loops the bow under their chin and pulls it up and struggles and tries to hold them still. Or he just holds the bow right by the end like some kind of two-handed wooden saber and tries to smack stuff with it like a fucking idiot.
It would be funny if Cyrus tried to do that.
Well,
Cyrus might be able to do that on his turn, but that won't happen just yet, because now it's time for Haldir to do something interesting.
and now for something completely different.
All right, boy.
All right, so right here, leaning up against the building, is my bow. Not my bow, my staff.
Mm-hmm.
I grab the staff.
Yep.
And arcane lance him.
Zap him, get past all
Do
his
it.
armor. Metal is a really good conductor. Zap him.
As I do it, I say, "Let me show you some apostate love, bitch."
Bastard, you mean?
Just hope he's not there to retaliate against you afterwards.
Yeah,
Because
no, I plan
you
on
kind
doing
of set yourself up for it, didn't you?
it. Yeah. But you said we can pull a weapon as part of our movement before? So I'm hoping to
No,
move
I'd never
after-
said that.
No? Okay. Well, if I can move after this, I will.
Well, that's kind of what the skirmish stunt is for at this point, but
Well.
carry on. Let's see if you
Is
seriously
magic
injure
piercing
him.
or penetrating?
Not in the least at this point, unfortunately.
Okay.
Certain spells are, yes, but your basic arcane blast is not.
Well,
Nah.
it's gonna hurt.
Yes, it is, because there's two of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not back to back. Livia's next.
You know what? You come back here.
Oh, he doesn't want to attack me because I tried to kiss him.
Yeah, get away from me, you creep.
Hey, you leave my sister alone.
You shut it. I'm busy killing this idiot here first. You're next. You know what? It'll just do straight damage because they've done some stunts already and it hurt like hell. And this is a very challenging encounter. I don't need to make it too much harder as it already is pretty
I'm
bloody
hoping
lethal.
there's not more people behind them.
Oh, hey, I should have used some of those stun points after all. Fallon's not that badly hurt. However, speaking of badly hurt, it's Livia's turn.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill one of them!
Then the other cultist's turn.
Ow, that really hurt.
Uh-huh.
I hope Paul goes after the bald one.
Well, you took 33 out of 40. That's not really hurting.
Paul,
Yes. Right.
it's your turn.
Sorry.
I'm hoping you shoot the bald one.
Sorry. Let me see, who am I shooting? I'm shooting Cultist Heavy. No, Bold Cultist Heavy.
All right.
Yay.
You will get the -2 for firing into combat, but you'd get that for either of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. It took Livia a little moment to make her mind up. She's still reeling from the massive beating she's taken so far.
Mhm.
It's affecting her decision-making powers slightly.
Yeah.
You absolutely got him with stunt points. Ooh, 2 stunt points as well.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot reload Arcane Lance.
I know.
Just for your, that'd just be no.
Let me see. Attack. Standard stump points. Skirmish, yes. Not prone.
Hey, Raph, you're doing this by threat level, right?
No, there's no such thing as threat level in this game.
Apparently there's a threat stat.
Again, that's something that was added in by the person who did this framework. And I have no idea how it's calculated. It does seem to be automatic, though.
Let me see. Not prone.
It seems to be just numbers from 1 to... Oh no, 2 people do have the same number. Okay, that's interesting.
What was it again? What's it?
2 whole stump points there, Paul.
I know, I was just wondering if it was penetration. What's the one that halves the armor class?
That'd be piercing. Because it goes through the armor, but still interacts with it.
Yeah, that'll be the one then. So,
Okay.
As piercing. And as the ball he was not firing at.
Yep.
4 damage. Hey, 4 damage.
Nice. He grunts as the magical energy impacts of him, then swings his axe at the elf who's been pissing him off.
I was curious, Raph, and I went and looked up threat, and page 269, first column covers threat.
I have not... Well, it's not a set 1 thing, it must be a later... Let's see.
It depends on the party's level as to recommended adversary threat level.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
The hero tokens have a stat called threat,
I saw it.
and we don't know what it does. But there will be damage.
Yes.
There you go. You are lucky.
Ooh, I'm alive. Uh-huh. I'm done.
You are lucky. He could have dropped you with that hit.
Uh-huh.
Wittred, you're still alive. These 2 buggers are here, causing major threat to you all.
Yep. Well, the bald one hasn't learned his lesson, so I'm going to swing at him.
All right.
And I think I get +1 from her.
Me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, because I got 2 weapons. Or just because I'm
Well,
close
it's
enough.
not focus this time.
All right.
And roll.
That is 6 whole stump points, sir.
I think
Enjoy.
he learned his lesson.
Well, if you kill this guy, you can also aim for this guy.
He could do the dual strike.
All that stuff, yeah.
What's the dual strike do?
You can
The dual
get 2
strike
people.
is for 4 stump points. You hit 2 people with the same attack.
So if I do dual strike and pierce armor, it would cut through both.
The pierce armor would only affect one of them.
Let's go pierce armor on the bald one. I want to make sure he's dead.
Oh, okay. Great, then just roll damage once against each of them.
Alright, so first one, piercing.
Yep.
Old guy.
It's probably... Yep, absolutely killed him.
Splat.
The hammer just crunches in, caves his ugly bald head in, and his body stands there for a few seconds and then topples to the floor, seeping blood. It's not seeping, it's spraying.
Standard one against the one with actual hair.
Mm-hmm. Normal damage.
I'll knock him into the wall even though he ain't that far away.
Okay, you beat him up against the wall.
I close my eyes with the fact that I've got blood spraying all over me now.
Do I have a move since I didn't do the focus?
You will have, yeah, absolutely.
Alright. I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
I
Are you
forget my
damaged
movement.
as
Let me
well?
check.
It's been done, Paul.
Movement.
Okay.
Speed 6, okay. 6. There.
Okay. Good for you. Hey, Cyrus, there's a man next to you. You could draw a weapon and attack now, if that was your
I think I'm
intent.
gonna have to. I can't shoot him with my bow.
Not really very effectively, no.
Suck with this goddamn short sword. Oh, it would help if I select my token.
And I almost said, well, at least it's Red Destiny, and then remembered which game we were playing.
Mhm.
Hey, I've been seeing more stuff related to Red Destiny in Strange Eons as I'm starting to read book 3, so I am looking forward to that. Unfortunately, your blade does not even land. You draw it out the sheath and swing wide as you come out, and misjudge the distance ever so slightly by a couple of finger widths, leading it to Falron's turn, who is holding an unloaded crossbow.
No, she's holding a loaded crossbow.
Oh, yeah.
A rapid reload.
Good point.
Which is why I'm gonna shoot. I don't care.
Okay, well, you get -2 for shooting into combat, but go for it. Well, there's no critical hits, but you got a hit there. And he's in armour. You could still hurt him, though. Let's see.
It's still normal, right?
Normal damage, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you hit him. The bolt funks into his mail with a resounding impact. You suspect that's left some kind of bruise. That was your major action. You still got a minor action. What would you like to do with it?
Draw my shoulder. Meow.
Okay. Go, Evan.
All right. I'm not about to leave my friend Cyrus away from melee, and I really don't want to be here in melee with this guy. But
Okay.
actually, before I move, hang on. Before I move, I want to swing. I have one buddy in melee.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm going to do this as a ranged attack. I'm going to do the lance.
Okay.
What?
I thought you were swinging for weapon. Carry on.
I was thinking about it, but I decided to use the staff instead.
Does it get -2?
I do.
Yeah.
No, that's right. -2 for that, -2 for the armor. Yeah, I'm going to have to stick with the sword. Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Fortunately, I've got the -2 for the armor already factored into the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Would an
That did
11
not
have
quite
hit?
get him. Very good question.
I did not include the bonus for friend in melee.
An 11 would not have hit.
Okay. I am going to back up.
That's right. As you back up, you see him attempting to cleave Cyrus in half with his mighty blade.
Sorry. I hope he lives.
Cyrus, the blade
Live.
crashes into your chest, causing you to almost see stars. But you pull through, you're still conscious, somehow all of your bits still seem to be intact, nothing's been no extremities have just, been knocked off with the sheer force of the blow. And that makes it Livia's turn.
Okay, shoot into combat. Just -2.
We're doing a fighting
got-
retreat.
Looks like it.
Arcane Lance.
Dying retreat.
Yes. Range attack. Get it done.
So this is a very tough fight. Would you agree that it's a tough fight?
Uh-huh.
I'll give away a few spoilers after the session, but I have a feeling that given the lateness of the hour and the long delay in starting, we might be calling it soon after
Is
this
it a
encounter.
leveling fight?
Not exactly, but I'll, as I said, I'll explain later.
Yeah.
So your blow sizzles on the wall near him, and Wittred, the man still stands.
You can probably get him.
He looks very nasty. Wittred comes surging in here from midfield.
So charge.
Charging across the hard-packed earth of the ground. What kind of weapon is Cyrus currently wielding? A sword. So you'll get... Haldir has a weapon as well.
Longsword.
Let me just measure the
Cyrus
distance.
has a sword as well.
You are... It's measuring with the fucking measuring tool, and I don't want the measuring tool. That's awkward. Alright.
Just measure with my token, yeah.
You're a little bit too far away to help, unfortunately.
Okay.
Only a +2.
Yeah, only a +2. Which still means you got a pretty good chance of just whomping him one. You whomped him one. With one stump point as
I
well.
get 1 point.
Yeah.
Knock him back.
Well, he's going to do that anyway with his 200 weapon combat, but he can also... You can knock him further or back away a bit yourself afterwards.
You back away a bit.
Yeah, I'll push him further back with the
Okay.
plus my standard one.
Might as well do some damage.
Hopefully it sets Cyrus up for a bow shot.
Nice damage. You know what? I recognise Diablo music there. Cyrus, it's your turn. If you could get the awesome bow shot and finish him off here, that would be perfect.
I dropped my bow.
Oh yeah, good point. Ah, but you're no longer adjacent, so you could sneak up.
So I'm going to sneak up and stab him.
Yeah. And
Oh,
he
jeez.
will... Oh, that's going to be a hard sneak.
Yeah, I know. I
Clearly-
won't beat it.
Clearly the pain has heightened his senses, but you sneak up there and he's not quite as exposed and vulnerable as you thought, but carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! That is bad. Okay, Falrin, your turn.
So I'm sneaking up as well, and I rolled a 16.
And he
crossbowing, haven't you?
will... Bugger!
Jesus Christ, what the hell? Okay, fine.
Jeez.
He was clearly prepared for this. And yet, you got stump points.
Yay.
Stump points are your friend in this situation.
Let's see. Okay. Get pierce armor 1
Mm-hmm.
and mighty blow would be 2
Okay, yeah.
and skirmish if I really have to.
Uh-huh. Well, let's deal that damage and then find out if you really have to, okay?
Cool.
Although, given the severity of the situation, I'm going to suggest you might really have to.
Yeah, probably. Skirmish it is.
Uh-huh. He staggers somewhat under the impact of your blow, and it's Haldir's turn.
Skirmish, she's running. Oh, okay, smart.
Yeah. He doesn't appear to have taken the damage. One moment.
I'm a real rogue.
Oh, he has taken the damage. Okay, fine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go, Evan.
I'm going to do brawling. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to try and run in and just shoulder ram into him and try and knock him back.
Okay, so just make that a...
Right, elf.
You did say you're running, so we can call that a charge.
Yeah.
Have 1 for a charge, 1 for ganging up, +2, and make it a dex check.
I have brawling. I've set up the unarmed.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
All right. So I've got a +2, but I've got a -2 due to my armor, so I'm just gonna leave it.
All right.
Blank. Let me double check one thing. Okay, I've already put the +2 or the -2 penalty into my unarmed for the armor. So +2, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Hit.
No stunt.
Nice.
No stunts.
Can
I'm
you
trying-
finish him off?
Not likely with a D3 +1. I'm just trying to knock him over, so I'm not trying to do damage.
Hmm.
Ah, that's no.
You're not trying to do damage at all?
No, I'm just trying to knock him over or knock him back.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you'd be looking at stunt points for that, really. So I'll let you roll damage anyway. I mean, he's got
Okay.
armor on, so it's not going to be massively important,
It's-
but you never know.
It's going to be a D3 +2.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can take that on the
That's
armor.
why.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? You did certainly get
decided
his
to try and
impression,
roleplay
his
it
attention.
fun.
He did not like being shoulder barged like that.
Especially not by a little dainty elven woman.
Except he's a man.
It's like a dainty.
No,
little-
I'm a dainty elven woman.
Speaking
dainty
of
elven woman running into a brick wall.
speaking of which, oh dear God,
Now, you said that doesn't actually kill players.
this
It
is
goes
true.
to-
The axe
Oh.
cleaves into you and you collapse to the floor, bleeding profusely. This is
Oh.
not an ideal situation.
Well, I've got myself changed back to a token.
Livia,
so we
it's
can-
your turn. Good call.
Do you want me to put myself at 1?
You might want to unblood splatterify yourself. No, don't put yourself at... Yeah, put yourself at 1 for now. And probably prone.
Okay.
And unconscious and anything else.
Condition.
Stay... Yeah.
Get him. Get him.
9,
Stunts. So,
and
stunts. 5.
Oh, nice.
prone.
Yeah, let me see which are they are. So I got stunts.
Let's see, health.
So I got no I've got so,
1. So
Try again.
I'm not actually at 1. We're just
I know.
marking it. Okay.
And I'm they have a short amount of time to try and save your life.
Okay. Lethal blow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Get past all his armor. Get him.
This dice is 2. Seven.
Oh.
Bang.
Does that take us out of initiative now?
Yes, it does. Which means that you can each take a breather, which also means that the person who was going to die in a few rounds gets to not die in a few rounds.
Okay.
However, with that, it is gone 2 in the morning. I know we started late, but there are things some of us have to do which involve sleeping and stuff like that. And also, I'm getting a bit tired, so I'm afraid we're going to call the session here, folks. I had hoped to do everything else at this location this session, which means the
I
next
do
session will be an
apologize.
interesting
like
one.
I said, my computer was all jacked.
Hey, you're not the only one who had issues, okay? I mean, like, you know, someone had to go away, get shoes replaced and stuff like that, so all sorts of things happened, you know.
Do you
And
mind
my
if I take
power
us
went
out of
out.
Do you mind if I take us out of initiative?
Go ahead, sorry, I didn't,
Okay.
Oh no! My not sister is now a blood splatter on.
No. You guys are
There
able
you
to
go.
save me.
breather is applied.
And ironically enough, I am the least hurt. And with a breather, I am now unhurt.
Hey, I'm only 6 points
Yeah.
away from being unhurt.
Evan, if you want to fix
Yes.
that portrait, I'll save
I'm
and close
working on
this after that. In the meantime, Bloomin' heck. That was... I did say it was going to be brutal in advance, and I did apologise to everyone in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
This is why I save my tokens at the start of the thing, and that way if my person dies, I just delete the blood splatter and bring in the
This-
person and drop them to
oh
1.
yeah.
This is what
Hang on a
happens
second.
when a party of second level characters takes on 2 4th level warriors, and the GM kindly has the warriors not use all of the stump points they have available to them during the encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I did say it was a hard encounter, you know.
Excellent. Thanks very much for that. A good game, as usual. But I'm going to have to zoom for a while. Okay.
That's the original picture.
All
That's
right.
the original
Cool.
token.
But, well, we can get level.
No, that won't work.
All right.
Bye
I'll
then.
let you guys go.
Um,
I got a sub in the refrigerator to go eat.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to give everyone 300 experience points for that, because that was really rough. I'll apply that to everyone myself, because it's easier.
Okay.
Wait, is there a GM group experience button? There might be. I need to remember. Heal damage.
That's Halder's full name.
No, there isn't. Okay.
I'll take the condition off of myself, and I'll fix the image in just a moment.
And take your hit points down to where it needs to be at.
No, I got rid of the other token. I didn't put it on the field yet. Because I need to go get the image. The other character is not leveled.
Oh, that's why I keep a current save of all my people.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to remember. Okay, that's right. I
Yeah,
gotta go
so
to Pinterest.
All
I'll
right,
try and
well-
see what
We'll wrap this here. I'll say bye for now. See you all next time, and next week it will be Strange Eons again. Unless, by some miracle, the stars align and we're able to arrange things so that both these games can occur once a week, finally. Alright, see you guys.